Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live. We're back, and we're here at OFF, and we're super excited because we're finally in person here at an event, and we'll be here for the next 3 days to give you all the creative updates from Adobe Live and OFF Festival. We'll have a super cool lineup. So today we have Temi with us starting off, and we're back in person.
Yes,
nice to
I'm
meet
so
you.
excited. Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
And we'll have a bunch of people. We'll also have Baugasm after this, portfolio reviews, and just so much going on. So do say hi in the chat. We'll be at behance.net/live, and I'll be passing on all your questions to Temi, who's right here, and everyone else today.
Awesome.
Temi,
Yes.
let's start with you.
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself to everyone who's watching?
So my name is Temi Coker, and I merge photography and design. I do a lot of campaigns, branding things, and things of that nature. So,
yeah, definitely. And I also recognize you from the Creative Residency, right?
Yes.
Can we give that a shout out?
Yeah, shout out to the Creative Residency. They also have a creative fund right now that's ongoing. So I'm really excited for people to just apply and have an opportunity to be able to bring their ideas to life with the support of Adobe.
Yep.
Yeah.
How was that journey? So it's a one-year kind of program, right?
So the Adobe Creative Residency was pretty much a whole year for you to, create the type of work you want to be hired for.
Yep.
And not have to worry too much about money.
Yeah.
So it's more so focused on your craft.
Yeah.
And so I had a whole year to merge photography and graphic design together, and it was amazing because I grew so much, I grew so fast.
Yeah.
And Adobe opened up a lot of opportunities and gave me a lot of resources. I got to come to Adobe Max for free.
Yep.
Got to learn from some of my favorite artists and things of that nature. So
super cool.
Yeah.
And beyond the Creative Residency, what do you do on the day-to-day? Where are you based? We didn't even talk about this.
Yeah. So
are you? Yeah. Tell us.
Yeah. So I'm based in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
And during my residency, you don't have to be at San Francisco, Adobe headquarters.
Yeah.
You can be wherever you're at and just apply.
Yeah.
And this applies to people in Europe as well, not just America. So during my time, it was 7 of us,
Yeah.
4 from the US and 3 from Europe. 1 from London and 1 from Germany.
Okay.
And then another one from Germany as well, but I think she was living in Japan or Tokyo at the time.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Super international.
Yeah, very.
What did so you're based in the US. What's the creative scene? Where are you there? We just talked a bit about, right before this, about OFF and like kind of coming to these events again.
Yeah.
What is the creative scene where you are?
Yeah, so in Dallas, Texas, the creative scene is amazing. It could be better. It's not like New York
Yeah.
or San Francisco
Yeah.
or anything like that, but I think there's so much talent, and I love that everyone is together and working to collaborate.
Yeah.
And I love that about where I live. There's not too much competition like you have in New York, right?
Yeah, that would stress me out.
Yeah, that would stress me out too. So it's more like a family thing. So I would meet with people who are doing the kind of things I want to do, and I ask for tips and
Yeah.
help, and they help me out,
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all about growing together. So
And has this been the case particularly with the kind of last 2 years being at home and the pandemic? Obviously, connection was super important, right? And nurturing this
Yeah.
online. How's it been for you?
it hasn't been too bad. So I'm an introvert, so I don't really.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I don't really like going out. So I was kind of happy that we could stay in.
Yeah.
But of course, we were talking about this earlier. Zoom calls and
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
was a lot.
Yeah.
But I think I was able to connect with people a lot more that I would not have if I was outside.
Definitely.
So I got to meet new people, connect with new people, collaborate with people online. I talked to someone from New York yesterday, and now we're going to try to do a collaboration. So he's going to shoot the picture, send it over to me, and I'm going to do some designs on it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nothing really changes much apart from me meeting people in person.
Definitely.
So
What kind of channels were important for you in that time? I know you have, and we'll talk about this, you have a Behance portfolio, you have
Yeah.
Instagram. What is important for you to connect?
Yeah, so Adobe Live and Behance were amazing because I could go in and see what people were doing.
Yeah.
Even one of my friends, Anna, she always did like a live stream. I tried to do the live stream. I might get back to it.
Okay, so this wasn't successful?
It was, but my Wi-Fi wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Behance, YouTube, Pinterest was nice as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've started learning Cinema 4D
Nice.
too. So yeah, I've been taking a lot of courses.
Awesome.
Domestika, Skillshare, all of that.
You're everywhere. I
Yeah.
love this. And I think everyone at home has been inspired, but also at some point saturated a bit with
Yeah.
online classes, things like that. So that's been a little tricky.
Yeah.
But we're so happy to be back now again.
Thank you.
And we should go through your portfolio. We
Yeah.
talked about it, but for everyone at home, what do you do? What does it look like?
Yeah, so I pretty much merged photography and graphic design together, and it's been awesome because I started with photography.
Yeah.
And then I got into design. Then I was able to merge those two together. So this is probably one of my favorite projects during the pandemic. I got to do this in 2021 around springtime.
Yep.
So this was working with the Oscars, the
Wow,
Academy.
amazing.
Yeah. So they sent me an email and they were like, "Hey, we want you to design the statuette."
Yeah.
And so they turned it into a TV ad. It was on billboards. Yeah, it was.
What?
It was amazing. And then they actually showed it on TV, and I have pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this was more so showing people kind of how I made it. So I used Illustrator and Adobe Fresco.
Nice.
So I heard about Adobe Fresco around 2020,
Nice.
and then I got into it, and I used that to make this. So it was awesome, and I'm very detailed oriented. So the statuette, I made it black because I think of people that look like me, and I want them to see themselves represented. So yeah, and it was amazing. I loved it a lot. And another thing I did was I did a thing called like a poster a day. So every day I made a poster for a whole year, and these were like some of my old ones in
Amazing.
2016, right? And this was me like merging photography and design and trying new things. And I look at this now, and this sucked. This is like, it was cool at the time, but I mean, I can show you what I make now, and you can see a whole big difference.
Yeah.
It's very different from
I think
what I
you're
used
harsh
to make.
though, because a poster a day is pretty tricky. So I
Yeah.
think you're kind of pressed creatively to create something. And
Yeah.
panicking.
I did, and I'm trying to do it again right now, but I'm so busy, so I don't really do it every day.
Yeah.
But my goal is to reach 365 posters by the end of this year. Right now, I'm on like poster 160.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so not too
Getting
bad.
there. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I think the cool thing is I can go back
Yeah.
and see all the posters I've done. So this is season 1, and this was like my very first poster.
Wow.
And I think it's cool because I can go back and see where I started.
Yeah.
And this is, let me see if I go back here.
Do you feel you put a lot of effort into that first poster and then it kind of went downhill? It's the opposite. Like you started loving it a little bit more every day.
Yeah, I think I started loving it every day because I was like, what else can I do? How can
Yeah.
I push myself?
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where I was like, man, this is kind of hard
Yeah.
to like think of something new every
Yeah.
day. But I started a season 2 and I started trying new things. But this was the poster that allowed me to like merge photography, design, and shapes together. Because as you can see after that,
Yeah.
I started doing a lot of shapes and
And you have patterns which are really distinctive to you. I think
Yeah.
is kind of your imprint and like gives that identity to all your work.
exactly.
Where did you get inspiration for that?
Just
Naturally.
trial and error, yeah. Actually, I watched a YouTube video. A friend of mine, Magdio Lopez, he made these patterns, and I was like, "Yo, I really like those. How did you
Yeah.
figure it out?" And he sent me the YouTube video, and I was able to watch it, and now I just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Part of the process.
exactly.
I actually read somewhere that you studied engineering. Is that true?
Yeah. So I went to college to study biomedical engineering
Uh-huh.
for my first year,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Nah."
Okay, so you didn't go with
Well,
it.
I didn't finish it.
No, fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound great
switched.
for you.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So there was a science class, and it was so difficult, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
I want to focus on creativity,"
Mhm.
and so I switched to digital media, and
Okay.
so that was where I got into like photography, design, web design,
Yeah.
printing, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So
Experimenting a little bit.
yeah,
Like,
and
yeah.
I felt free. My GPA was better.
Yeah.
After
It reflects
switching.
on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went ahead with it.
Yeah, so I went ahead with it and graduated with a Bachelor's of Science from the University of Houston
Yeah.
um, with a bachelor's degree in digital
Nice.
media.
It takes you all the way to now because talking about experimenting, I saw you were also experimenting with NFTs, and I
Yes.
feel like we should have to talk a bit about how you developed to get to here, and you have your work here as well, so we can
Yeah.
definitely show that.
Yeah.
Um,
So I kind of started. I don't even know if I put them in here yet. Oh yeah, I did. I did. Okay, that's cool.
so you're
So
surprising yourself. I love
yeah, I think I remember putting it in here. But yeah, so one of my friends, J.N. Silva, he's really big in the crypto space.
this.
He was telling me about NFTs, and I was like, what do you mean putting my stuff online and the blockchain and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But I really finally listened to him and put some of my work out there because I really felt that it opened my work up to a new base of collectors,
Yeah.
people who wanted to collect NFTs. And so I was able to use my artwork, put it as an NFT, but also the people that bought it, I gave them a link so that they can view it in augmented reality.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
instead of my work just living on your wall, it could
Yeah.
live in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I really love that about NFTs and the idea that you can take these with you and you can resell them and make money if you want to, or you can keep them for yourself,
Yeah.
almost like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
You know,
I like the analogy.
yeah, Pokemon cards, collectibles,
Yeah, yeah,
and supporting your favorite artist. So I really think that's really important, and it's something that I think people should look into because it is the future.
Yeah.
For example, imagine you buy a Temi Coker NFT and you go to my website, and because you have access to my NFT, you have access to a specific part of my website that others don't have access to.
Definitely.
So
And I think we'll hear a lot about NFTs in the next days here at OFF as well, right?
Awesome. I'm excited.
I've seen a few of the guests and kind of sessions that we'll have, and there'll definitely be some updates on that.
yeah,
Which also, kind of brings me to ask, what will your session be about at OFF? We just talked
Yeah.
about this before the session, but you'll be speaking as well.
yeah, I'll be speaking on Saturday. So my talk is really gonna be about how important it is to be in your journey. I think a lot of people see their favorite artist and they're like, I want to get there, but they want to skip all the steps and the years and the failures.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about my failures, my journey. December was 10 years in my career.
Amazing.
Last December, yeah. I started when I was 19.
Yeah.
I'm 29. I'm
Yeah.
about to be 30 this year.
Yeah.
And I got to celebrate it. I got to think about the years of failure. It's 10 years now, and I'm just now speaking that off.
That's crazy. But hey.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's
Great
like
journey.
a exactly. It's a
Uh-huh.
great journey, and I got to just stick with it and continue through the process. The ups and downs. So when I got into the Adobe Creative Residency, that was amazing because I almost didn't apply. My wife was the reason I applied.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We'll have to give kudos to her as
For
well,
sure.
who's here with you.
For sure.
I love that. So journey-wise, okay, do you look back and feel your work really has grown and you've gotten inspiration everywhere? Or how do you kind of feel your career changed?
Yeah, I feel like my work has definitely grown.
Yeah.
I think I used to be very timid and used
Yeah.
to be scared to share my work
Yeah.
because I didn't know what people would think.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, this is me.
Yeah.
Very colorful, very vibrant.
Yeah.
I'm Nigerian, so
Yeah.
all this vibrancy and colors come from my culture.
Yeah.
And so it's giving me a way to just tap into who I am and being able to create work,
Yeah.
especially work for people that look like me. I'm African American, and I create work that shows African American people in a place of power,
Yeah.
place of vibrancy and beauty.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We should show some of that because do you have any kind of really recent work that we can pick at? since we're
Yeah.
here?
So
And also your Instagram is there for anyone who wants to follow.
yeah, if you want to follow, it's at Temi Coker.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So I would say, I did a campaign called Dream in Black,
Yeah.
which really taps into like who I am
Yeah.
as a person because I think it's important to represent my community.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was all about representing African Americans and giving them their flowers. And LeBron James was on it.
Amazing.
And a bunch of other people. I'll show you their pictures down here. But it was an amazing project, and it was just special to me because I got to honor these Black, amazing people, and they weren't just like creatives.
Yeah.
They were veterans, firefighters, doctors, dancers, educators, activists, and it ranged from like old to young.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because I got to participate in this, and some of my favorite people were in here as well. I'm gonna wait for this to load.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was the cover.
Yeah.
My wife took this picture, and this is of our friend Tasha, and I decided to use that as the campaign cover. Oh, it's not loading, but there's a bunch of pictures and designs here that I did.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Another project that I love was For the Love. So this was with Foot Locker.
Nice.
And it was virtual. It happened 2020.
Okay.
So
We just talked about
pandemic.
this.
Yeah.
The kind of virtual. Yeah.
So it's kind of virtual. But the cool thing was my designs and everything were shown on the basketball court.
Okay.
So I guess it's not gonna load. So we got to do like some videos for social. We actually won an award for this as well.
Nice.
And yeah, so I designed all of these cards for the campaign.
It feels really natural to have animation within this because you have such bold, dynamic work that when you start bringing kind of movement and motion,
Yeah,
it just brings it to life.
it just brings it to life, and
Yeah.
that's what I loved about this because the basketball court was moving. People were on Twitch, and they could interact with the players
Nice.
here, so people could like vote.
Yeah.
Let me see, player 1 or player 2 on Twitch,
That's
and we had
awesome.
a million views and interactions the day that we launched.
Incredible.
So it was an amazing opportunity. I wish I could have been there. I
Yeah.
wish people could have been there, but it's okay.
It almost feels like we need to bring back the last 2 years of projects and work into like a second try. Like a
Yes,
second
into
round.
real
Yeah.
life. Yes, I definitely agree because I think this would have been so cool to actually be present and have
Yeah.
been there to participate. So, yeah. But
Amazing. You're getting a lot of love in the chat. I was just quickly looking and trying not to be rude, but just looking at your feedback.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I think David was saying in there that he's amazed he doesn't know you and came across your work now. So
Oh, thank you,
that's
David.
really nice to see.
I appreciate
And
it.
we have Anika and Kirsty and some great people in the chat as well who love it. So
Awesome.
I love the feedback.
Yeah, and a lot of the work that I do, like I said, kind of goes around people that look like me.
Yep.
And so I love when I get opportunities to be able to do that. So I did a Black History Month collection with Peloton last year. Amazing opportunity, and it's not in the shop anymore because a lot of it sold out. But it only lasted like a month.
I didn't know Peloton did this like special collections.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
exciting.
Yeah. So they did that last year. It was amazing, and I got one for my wife, and my sister.
Nice.
You
You're
know.
like getting dibs on the first like come
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'll take anything.
Exactly.
Nice.
So it was awesome. It was like a workout attire, but also a hoodie, and also like a tote bag.
Is there somewhere, because we're talking about different formats now, like there's print and there's obviously like, textile. Is there something that you haven't done that you wish you could do in terms
Oh, yes. So I haven't.
right question.
I know, great question. I haven't shared a lot of it yet, but
Okay.
I'll share it here.
Ooh, we love this. First session and we're getting in.
So I'm working on a bucket hat.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
might wear it at the conference. We'll see.
Nice. Oh, we're going to be looking around for you, like for the bucket hat.
I'll stop by tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna launch it probably end of this month or in June.
Okay.
So I want to step into fashion.
Nice.
I designed the jacket already. I was gonna bring it here, but it's a lot to pack.
Fair.
Yeah. So, but I'm working on a jacket.
Yep.
I'm gonna make like 12 of them.
12. That's not enough. Okay,
I
everyone
know.
watching is like, okay, next round.
So I
Test.
want to make it very limited.
Yeah.
So I want to make maybe 12 to 15,
Yeah.
sell them, and then do another batch. So
Yeah.
maybe 3 batches a year.
Yeah.
So that way it's very limited. But I wanna get to a point where I can design for some of my favorite artists, musicians, actors.
Nice.
I want to have my work on the Met Gala.
Yeah.
You know,
Going
So,
all out. Yeah, for sure.
So or even like Fashion Week, New York Fashion
Yeah,
Week or something.
yeah.
So I think the next step of my work is to see if I can get into fashion.
I love that.
So
Elevating it.
yeah, and I'm also learning Cinema 4D and Marvelous Designer. So if I can put my designs on those
Yeah.
to get a prototype
Yeah,
of what things could look like,
definitely.
then I would go that route.
There's so much more to textile and kind of clothing as well that you have to bear in mind, like who you partner with and quality and testing. And that must take
exactly.
quite a lot of time.
Yeah, and that's why I've had this jacket idea for
Yeah.
4 years now, and I just made it last year,
That's crazy.
and now I'm trying to make like 12 of them, but I have to try to find the right
Yeah.
person, like you said.
Yeah. Do you have contacts in the industry that you know, or like someone who has experience with it who can teach you
Yeah.
a little bit? Because I feel like mentors are quite important, at least to me,
I
in terms of
agree.
learning and,
I agree,
and developing.
I have friends who are doing what I want to do, and I've been asking
Nice.
them, and so they've
Yeah.
been giving me resources. But for me, I'm trying to find people in my circle in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to like have my seamstress in California
Yeah,
or something.
makes complete sense.
Yeah, because I want to be able to walk into the shop, try it on, give
Yeah.
feedback there.
Live.
Yeah, like live
Again.
feedback. Exactly.
Yeah. So we're going back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to be there, and I feel like having that connection with the seamstress
Yeah.
and being able to tell a story
Yeah.
is important to me.
So do you have a shop or anything like that? Or how do you
Yeah.
aim on developing this?
Yeah, so I have a shop right now. I actually closed it because I'm at off.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just
I love that
Tem-
we're going into your business plan now in terms
Yeah.
of like.
it's just shop.temicoker.co. But I have it closed. I'm going to open it back up by the end of May.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Europe for the next 3 weeks. So
You said this. You have adventures coming up.
yeah, so I didn't want to have the shop open and people have to
Completely.
wait for like 4 weeks.
That's service.
yeah,
It's great.
Exactly.
I love this.
I have to be careful and make sure that
Bear that
I
in
have
mind.
everything ready.
So we'll keep an eye out for all the clothing and the bucket hat,
For
especially.
sure, I'll
Like
send
I want to
some
see
to
this.
Adobe.
Please, like walk past the stream like
Yes,
tomorrow or
I
something.
will. I got you.
Anything else? We have about 2-3 minutes before
Okay.
we head off. What are you excited about in the next days? You have your session on Saturday.
Yeah, I have my
Um,
session. I'm going to be talking with amazing artists who I really admire.
Yeah.
You know, Malika Favre. We both
Nice.
did the Oscars thing together, so I want to check
Cool.
them out. Balgasm is speaking, so I'm
Yes.
going to check his out.
Yeah.
There's a guy that did the title screen for OFFF,
Nice.
so he's speaking. And yeah, so many amazing people. I can't wait. You know,
It's gonna be
I'm
amazing.
gonna be inspired.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a lot of like graphic design classes. Adobe has a creativity class on digital painting
Nice.
that I'm gonna take after this.
I love that you actually told me about the hub. You came in here and you were like, the Adobe Hub thing is
Yeah,
great. And I was
it's
like, I have no
amazing.
idea.
Yeah, I think the guy's name is Oliver or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's doing like Illustrator and Adobe Fresco.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that class,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. So.
And you've tried Aero, right? Because we were talking about NFTs. So
Yeah.
you also know, I think, the tools quite well
yes.
yourself. Yeah.
So I did Adobe Aero residency last year.
Nice.
I think it was last year, 2020. Yeah.
Awesome. And we have a 3D booth just here, and it's been pretty busy since this morning with
I'm
people who
gonna
are
check
like,
that out.
it looks amazing. People were like designing sneakers and like
Wow.
amazing things. So it looks great.
Awesome.
But yeah, great one.
Yeah,
We're
thank
pretty much
you.
at time. I'm going to go through the questions one more time just to see if we have any questions. We
Okay.
have Craig saying, loving your thought process. Really interesting to hear about it. Nice work.
Thank you.
The combination of people and colors is super amazing. I think you're known for this. So
Thank you so much.
so you're getting all the feedback. That's actually like one last question that I had for you, and we can end on this, which is your Nigerian origins. And I was super curious to see how you keep this alive.
Yeah.
As, you come to these events, there's so much going on, but you're still really true to that. So
Yeah, I mean, I think the important thing is to represent, and
Yeah.
I know there are people in Nigeria that look up to me.
yeah,
And there are other Nigerian artists that I look up to. And
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to still keep the culture close.
yeah,
And represent Nigeria wherever we go.
Yeah.
So for me, my wedding, we wore Nigerian attire. My
Yeah.
traditional wedding, we had Nigerian food, Nigerian attire.
yeah,
So I think it's important to always represent that.
yeah.
And my wife, she's not Nigerian, but she she embraces our culture as well. And I want to
Nice.
make sure our kids do that as well and learn about
Yeah.
our culture. So yeah.
Yes, so you have a true responsibility.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really do. I
Love
really
that.
do.
We're at time, so we're just going to go
Awesome.
into Bowgasm right after this. You said you
Awesome.
might stay,
Yeah, I'm probably
stay
gonna
in and
stay and
watch.
say hi to him.
So
Yeah.
we'll stay around here, and we'll just be with you guys in a bit.
All
Thanks,
right.
Temi.
Thank y'all so much.